All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're going to start off by giving all glory and praises to
Yahawah,
Bahasham,
Yahawashi,
Bahasham, Hey, double honors to the elders and the apostles for teaching us this truth. Peace and blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners. Peace and blessings to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Karab. Hey, to my right,
I'm the brother Kodash.
All right, we from the GMS Memphis camp, man. Hey, we pretty much coming at you with a smooth, beautiful lesson going into what pleases Yahawashi the most, you know. And you have to ask yourself these questions, man. You can't be walking throughout the earth thinking that the world revolves around you. You can't be self-centered, man. And neither can you get there by going into these harlot houses, man. That question don't pop up in your head. Hey, what pleases the God of the Bible, man, and his son? What pleases them? You know, what puts a smile on their face? What makes them deal with you? You know? People don't ask these questions, man. As in people, we talking about you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians. See, we get on y'all the most because the Lord established a beautiful, peculiar relationship with you Israelites, man. And yet you don't want to pretty much accept. You don't want to inquire. Neither do you want to ultimately receive the proper instructions on gaining Yahawah's attention. You know?
Yep.
It's man. You know, that's why the Lord has a controversy with the land. Because there's no truth nor knowledge about him in the land. So we're going to get precepts. Lord willing, you be edified. Go ahead, grab that axe, man.
God, this is Acts chapter 7 and verse 48, and it reads, Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
And the temple made with hands is dealing with these harlot houses, these churches. You know, these churches, man, they getting worse and worse. You know, you got pastors up there with the inspirational sermon. You know, 2025 is going to be your year. Hey, he lied to you, man. The Lord accepts anybody and everybody. Anybody, hey, come as you are. Hey, man, hey, that's not true. You know? That's why the Lord's judgment is going forth each day, because y'all keep playing with their relationship with Yahawashi, man. It's time to stop playing, stop hearing any and everything that these sermon and these pork chop pastors give you, and start seeking in the book and read, man. Because the God of the Bible is austere, man. Him and his son, they don't play no games, man. What it say? Kiss the son, lest he be angry. You know? And you perish from the way, man. Hey, the Lord is not nothing to play with, man. And you got to do the things that's pleasing unto Yahawashi. But when you going into their harlot house and you thinking that's it, just because you went into the building, right? And they got the shiny old windows, right? And you can walk and run around the church, act a fool, and say you got the Holy Ghost. Just because you can, just because they play the choir and they got the drumsticks and the music going on, don't mean that you saved, man. Just because you walk out of there feeling so good, don't mean you saved. You accomplished nothing. Like the title of the lesson, what pleases Yahawashi the most? You couldn't even tell. Because the church that you're going to is not feeding you with the proper instructions, man. Right? Hey, go ahead, get that Jeremiah 3 and 15, and then go ahead and get that Romans.
God, this is Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 15, and it reads, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart.
Right, and I will give you pastors according to my heart. Keep going.
Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding, man. Ultimately feeds you the proper information you need to pretty much survive the sad perils that's coming up upon the shores of America. You know, we got famine, death, pestilence coming, man. But hey, it's a way to be exempt from those things. We're going to be in those things, but the judgments that's coming upon these people, hey, if you doing the will of Yahawashi, hey, you got a chance to escape, man. You see? Well, that's why I say watch and pray, that you enter not into temptation, man. You know, a lot of these people ain't watching and praying. They doing whatever they want to do. That's why I say the fear they fear towards me is taught by the precepts of men. They don't know the fear Yahawashi. Because ultimately they listening to the wrong leaders, man. Yeah, hey, even you other Israelite camps, man. Hey, you consider that wrong leader as well too, because you ain't telling our people about the chip. You just letting them know they're Israelites. That's not it. You gotta tell them about the chip. You gotta tell them about Esau, their enemy, where they come from, where they going, the elect of the nation of Israel. It's like GMS, the only camp that speak on the elect of the nation of Israel in chariots being our salvation. But what the Lord said, I will feed you pastors according to my heart. See, we coming in the will of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You see, that's the difference. That's what set us apart from these other camps. We doing the will of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi in fear and sincerity, man. And all these other camps, they pretty much just doing their own thing. Right? Establishing their own righteousness.
Yep.
So we telling you, man, that, hey, the only way you can please Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is sacrificing the way of living in this world, man. That old man becoming that new creature. Right? Being engrafted with the word. Go ahead, get that Romans 12:1 in the AMP, right? You can read it. You can actually read it in the KJV. Read verse 1 in the KJV, and then get it in the AMP after.
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 1 in the KJV, and it reads, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice,
right,
holy, acceptable unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, which is your reasonable service.
Right, that you present your bodies a what?
That you present, it says that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, which is your reasonable service.
Right. Hey, so back then, just to give y'all a little summary, back then we used to sacrifice animals. You know what I'm saying? For sin offerings. You see what I'm saying? For the Passover. You see? Like ultimately, hey, we had sacrifices back then, man. Those sacrifices that we that standard of sacrificing that we had back then, hey, our people was they was doing it, but they also was taking advantage of it. They was taking advantage, right? Ultimately, they was overdoing it. You see, they was Jacob have a sacrifice, a sin offering, pretty much on the side, man. After he done committed adultery or something, man. Jake thought he could outsmart the Most High. But now the Lord got a new sacrifice. Hey, man, I'm through with all your cattle and all that, man. With your sacrifices. Hey, go ahead, get that in Amos.
All right. Yeah.
Yup, you know where it's at? Get that in Amos, man. Just to pull that point out.
This is Amos chapter 5 and verse 21. It reads, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
See, the Lord said, I hate and I despise your feast days, man. So here it is, the Lord gave us holy days, and we were supposed to sacrifice these animals,
Yes, it's been said in 22.
And we just took advantage of that. We did that in wickedness. So the Lord was like, hey, to hell with that, man. I despise your feast days, man. Hey, they not sincere. They not in fear. Keep going.
Yep, and it says in verse 22 of Amos 5 and verse 22, it says, though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
Said, now I would not regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts, man. So the Lord was like, hey, to hell with the animal sacrifice, man. They overdoing it, all right? They doing it treacherously, unjustly, deceiving me, thinking that they deceiving me, thinking that they getting over on me, What it said, there's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So go back to Romans chapter 12, verse 1. Did you finish it out?
Let me see, let me hit it again.
Yeah, you can reread it.
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1 in the KJV. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High Yahawashi, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahawashi, which is your reasonable service.
Hey, which is your reasonable service. This is the only, I like that word, reasonable. Can you look that up for me? Let's look up reasonable. We just read in Amos, the 5th chapter, how the Lord was like, hey, pretty much those animal sacrifices, they ain't reasonable no more. No peace. But let's see what reasonable means in Romans 12.
This is
look it up in the blue letter Bible. Yeah, get it in the blue letter.
Let's go to reasonable. This is reasonable. This is reasonable in the Strong's G 3050, and it goes into Legitos, kind of like logic.
Strong's G 3050.
Lagikos.
Yeah.
Lagikos.
All right, now go on to it.
It says a Lagikos. It says outline of biblical usage. It says It says you want me to read the second one?
Yep.
It says pertaining to the reason or logic.
Keep going.
It says spiritual, pertaining to the soul, agreeable to reason, following reason, reasonable, logical.
All right, now jump to the
Strong's.
You know what? Look it up in the Oxford American Dictionary.
All right. It says in the Oxford. It says in the Oxford American Dictionary for reasonable, it says of a person having sound judgment, fair and sensible.
Right.
Based on good sense.
Right.
Yep.
I got this right here. Here you go. This is what I really wanted. This is Google.com. It says reason, a cause, explanation, or justification for an action or an event. So the only way to reason with Yahawashi now is by sacrificing our time, being ultimately generous. Look up that word generous for me, brother. We ultimately got to be generous in this truth. And I like what it said in the blue letter, pertaining to that word reason. It also said spiritually on there as well. And it said pertaining to the soul, man. So the only way we can be purified in our, only way you can purify your soul is taking heed to the word. You see? Hey, go ahead and get it.
This is straight to the point for the word generous in the online etymology. It goes into secondary senses of unselfish. Yep.
Keep going.
It says and plentiful. Let me get some more on it. It says right here in the
hey y'all, get it in the Google.
Okay, get it in Google.
Yeah,
right.
Get generous in the Google.
All right.
Cause in the Google, man, I always get it every time. Say something beautiful, dealing with money and time.
Generous. This is the word generous in the Google definition, and it says of a person showing a readiness to give more of something.
All right, we're gonna pause right there. It says of a person showing a readiness. When you are ready, you have an urgent feel. It's urgent. It said, compel them to come into my house. You know what I'm saying? Hey, through the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. So those men that the Lord have that should feed you with understanding according to his heart, those prophets that's out there pushing that word week in and week out, and we're ultimately informing you on how to get right with Yahawashi, and it's urgent of you, right? This is essential, man. This is important. All right? Ain't nothing gonna go right in your life. And I'm speaking to you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians. You wondering why you're not getting any results. in this world, you know. You wondering why you always feel like shit, excuse my French, because ultimately you're not dipping back to your power source, man. You're not giving all glory and praises to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Where his glory at? Do you ask yourself every day, hey man, is I'm stepping on the Lord's toes? Is I'm offending the Lord? You know? Is I'm doing good works? Hey, being considerable, being mindful in your life, man, in your walk of life. At that, keep going, brother, on that definition.
Finishing up in the definition for generous, it says showing a readiness to give more of something,
right,
as money or time, than is strictly necessary or expected.
And I like that. It say to give more of something as money or time, man. You got to give your time to Yahawah Yahawashi. That's required of you, man. That time that you spend on earth, dabbling in this world of darkness, hey, man, that was dung. Like Paul said, I count it all dung. But now that you're being brought to this marvelous light, hey, you go hard. You seek the Lord 10 times more. You do the things that's pleasing unto Yahawah Yahawashi. Read that Romans 12:1 in that amplified version translation.
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 1 in the amplified version, and it says in the subheading, it says dedicated service. It says in verse 1 of the AMP of Romans 12, it says in verse 1, it says, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, by the mercies of the Most High Yahawashi, to present your bodies, dedicating all of yourselves set apart.
Right. So ultimately, hey, being sanctified, man. You got to be sanctified. Hey, sanctified means to set apart, man. You see, you gotta, hey, you can't walk in the darkness of this world. That goes for both man and woman in this truth, man. As a woman, you can't be out here twerking, wearing blonde weave, eating pork, shaking your booty from Monday to Sunday, man. You know, going to a club every weekend. You can't be doing that, man. You got to be moderate. And as a man out here, an Israelite man, all right, because the Lord said, hey, my flock and pastors is with men. Hey, you got to have integrity, man. You see? You gotta walk with a spirit of strength and power, man, and fear of the Lord. You got to be disciplined. You see? Because guess what, man? You're the leader of the household. And you got to make sure that you have the certain requirements to continue in that leadership. And the only way you're able to get instructed on that or give advice on that, to be given advice on that, is ultimately the Lord got to be dealing with you. That's number one. But number two, hey man, you got to have an attentive ear to the prophets, man. You see? His wise counselors, the ones who the Lord have set up according to his heart, that should feed you with knowledge and understanding, man, on how to overcome this dark world. You see? Keep going.
And it says, finishing up in Romans 12 and verse 1 in the AMP, and it says, dedicating all of yourselves set apart as a living sacrifice, holy and well-pleasing to the Most High, Yahawashi, which is your rational, logical, intelligent act of worship.
Right. So now you're a smart man when you give that old life up, man. You know? You probably was smoking before you came into the truth. You know? You probably was a guy who had dreads before you came in, or you was getting all the ladies, whatever you were just all into, whatever darkness you was into. Hey, now when you come into the truth, hey, you put all that past you, man. What it say? In malice, get that precept. Saying understanding be men. Look, that's in Corinthians. Because it's another one of Corinthians I like too. But I like that one, you know. Because the other one in Corinthians say, when I was a child, I spake as a child.
Yep.
But when I became a man, I put away childish things. You know? Go ahead and read that precept.
This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 20. It reads, brethren, be not children in understanding. Howbeit, in malice be ye children, but in understanding be men.
Right, in understanding be men, man. All right, when it comes to understanding how to please Yahawah Yahawashi, hey, this your power, man. You know, like Tazama said at us one time, man, it was beautiful. It never left me. Hey, this is our inheritance, man. This is something we need to know. This is something we got to get into, man. We can't just be winging it, or we can't just be pretty much not giving attention to it. Mm-hmm. You know, this is us. This, like Nabar always say, this is our life, man. Mm-hmm. So we got to take our life seriously. You know, here it is in the world. People take everything else seriously. You know, they take their job seriously. You know, like they in the spirit of day on Friday. Yeah, I die for this shit. And don't even know what they died for. Don't even know what's going on, man. You know, but here it is. But here it is, man. We in this truth. You know, Lord, will we be those servants of Yahawashi? Lord, will we be the elect? Hey, we trying, man. We putting on the elect. We rehearsing the righteous acts. Yep. We doing the thing that's pleasing unto Yahawashi. We trying to get his attention. For it was our mind to go astray. Now, be in return, seek the Lord 10 times harder, man. You done with that?
Got verse 2.
All right.
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 2 in the AMP. Mm-hmm. And it says, and do not be conformed to this world.
Right.
Any longer with its superficial values and customs. Mm-hmm. But be transformed and progressively changed.
Right. Progressively, you know. Get Judges 5 and 11 on there.
This is Judges chapter 5 and verse 11.
Right.
In the KJV, and it reads, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing waters.
Right.
There shall they...
In the places of drawing water, they're talking about America, man. You know? Keep going.
And it says, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, Yahawashi.
Right. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, man. You know, rehearsal. Pretty much backing you up, because in that precept in Romans 12 and 2, it say what? Progressively
change.
Progressively change. And progressively, man, just made me think about rehearsing the righteous acts, man. Yeah. You see, because long as we rehearsing these righteous acts every day, we striving to be perfect. We're not perfect. So to you other camps out there that talk about, hey, keep the law, hey, it's impossible.
Yep.
But should we void the law? Yahawah forbid. Hell no. Mm-hmm. Because that's the closest thing to catching the Lord's eye, to pleasing him. It's doing what's right. Not eating pork. Not lining up your hair. Not committing adultery. You know? Resisting the devil and he should flee. Hey, even when you battling your own self. You know? Even when you battling demons, personal demons within your mind. Hey, the angels rejoice. When it say the angels rejoice when one sinner repenteth, man. So, hey, you even feel more better when you pretty much rebuke those demons, bro. You know, that's why you need these tools, man. You need these beautiful instructions before leaving earth. That's the acronym for Bible. Beautiful instructions before leaving earth, man. You need these things. They essential. What it say? This is the book of the commandment. The law that endureth forever. All they that should keep it should come to life, but such as leave it should die. This is your power source, Jake. That's 1611. That KJV. That's your power source.
Finishing up in Romans 12 and verse 2 in the AMP, and it says,
keep finishing that. Yeah, okay, finish that Judges 5 and 11.
This is Judges chapter 5 and verse 11. It says in verse 11 in the KJV, it says, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers,
right,
in the place, it says in the places of drawing waters, it says there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, Yahawashi, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord, Yahawashi, go down to the gates.
Right. Hey, ultimately, hey, man, we got to rehearse these righteous acts, bro. I know we got to put it to work. That's pretty much what that scripture telling us, man. The Lord still require action. Get that in Samuel. Say actions are weighed. Keep that in Romans. Get that in Samuel.
All right.
Say the Lord's a man in action. There you go. It's 1 Samuel 2 and 3.
All right. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
It says, talk no more so exceedingly proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
For the Lord Yahawah is a power of knowledge,
Right.
and by him actions are weighed.
Right. So when you know, when you anti-Christians be out there talking about that you're saved and that you're delivered, and that's you talking exceedingly proud, man. But little do you know, actions are weighed, man. The Lord washes your actions. So when you're not progressively changing and doing the things that's pleasing unto Yahawashi, which is fearing the Lord and keeping the commandments, then pretty much you're unuseful, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you considered a bastard at this point, and therefore the Lord gotta judge you. Now you a part of that famine, that death, that sword, that pestilence, you know, the missiles. Hey man, heavy judgment is coming to America, man, and it's about time that you get right, that you learn and you know the things that's pleasing unto you. How about Yahawashi? All right, finish it out on that.
This is back in Romans chapter 12 verse 2 in the AMP.
Mm-hmm.
Finishing up, and it says, but be transformed and progressively changed,
Right.
as you mature spiritually
Mm-hmm.
by the renewing of your mind,
Right.
focusing on godly values and ethical attitudes, so that you may prove for yourselves what the will of the Most High is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect in His plan and purpose for you.
Right. And the only way you can be acceptable in the eyes of Yahawashi, go ahead and get Sirach 19 and 18. Read to 20. You know, it's a certain ingredient you gotta have, man. So now that you gave your body a sacrifice, now you gotta have this next ingredient instilled within you quickly. Quickly, you gotta learn this, because the Lord doesn't play. You know, hey, He's that same terrible demon-like power, man, out of Shijah. You know, come on, He flooded the earth, man, only to save 8 souls. Sodom and Gomorrah, man, He turned that into salt, dust. You see what I'm saying? Like, the Lord not playing, man. It's the same Lord that pretty much showed His powers in Egypt, man, during the first Exodus. Slayed the firstborn.
This is Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 19 and verse 18. It says, the fear of the Lord Yahawashi is the first step to be accepted of Him.
Right. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of Him, man. You got to come right, man. You can't come as you are. You got to come correct, body, mind, and spirit. Lord's not playing, bro. Keep going.
And wisdom obtaineth His love.
And wisdom obtaining His love, man. That's the only way. And what is love? Keeping the commandments. Because once you fear, you give that reverence. Then when you fear, you pretty much, you don't do any and everything. You don't come to that person any and every type of way. You come correct. You know, you be like, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. That's why it tells you in Proverbs that the fear of the Lord is the fountain of wisdom, to depart from the snares of death. You know, see, when you fear the Lord, man, you pretty much escheweth wickedness, man, like Job. You know.
Yep, you pretty much don't want no smoke.
You don't want no smoke, and you don't want no parts of it, because you know how the Lord gets down. You want to, and Job did the things that was pleasing unto you. How about Yahawashi? You know, and let you know he had that fear. Keep going.
It says in Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 19 and 19, the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord Yahawashi is the doctrine of life.
Keep going.
And they that do the things that please Him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
Right. Ultimately, man, eternal life, man. You know, that's what we striving for, man. You know, I was listening to Elder Kazak earlier. He said, hey, the kingdom of heaven, it's an ideal. You know? And when you got that, and when you paint this picture in your head, man, it's like a beautiful portrait. You can just imagine the gold floors, the stones, you know what I'm saying? And you want that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But in order for you to get that, hey, you're going to have to get right. You know, because what it say, flesh and blood should not inherit the kingdom of heaven. So, hey, you got to get right, man. So that way, hey, you do what's required of you, hey, and then you endure to the end, you fear the Lord, and then you get them new bodies. Now you in the kingdom, man, with the greats, man. Hey, starting with our Lord Yahawashi.
Mm-hmm. And it says in Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 19 and 20, it says, the fear of the Lord, Yahawashi, is all wisdom. And in all wisdom is the performance of the law.
Right.
And the knowledge of his omnipotency.
And the knowledge of his omnipotency, man. You know, he all power. You see? We understand the power of Yahawashi. That's why I say it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. You know? Hey, brother, let's get Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. Read 13 in the MSG.
All right.
So we're going to close down in a minute, I know.